trioed up. That's right.
And crazy kitted already. A gold RPG.
That's
right
literally what I want to touch on right there. The retail row loot.
Look at the inventory.
Sets him up for success. You're looking at straight up legendary inventory. And the best of the best, what do they choose? Shield bubbles. Shield bubbles, one of the new items introduced to Fortnite, and it's a great item, right? It's so versatile. So you're going to see shoppers, you're going to see launch pads, campfires, and even with the recent adjustment to the loot, when it's divvied out in retail, it's still so prominent in the loadouts. You're going to see the difference. And just look at the map on the side. Basically, no one around them to contest.
It's wild to think. So I'm going to say it, and I'm pretty sure everyone is already thinking it, as we've seen them play over the course of the qualifiers for this event. If no one contests retail, or it's lightly contested, let's say somebody drops blacktopps and they take Resi side, or however it's split.
I can tell you what that means.
It
means Shayo is 100%
eating the mayonnaise.
Eating the
100% guaranteed eating the mayonnaise. In fact, production, can we get a jar of mayonnaise ready just at some point before Sunday? Because based on what we've seen thus far, we have an insane mat count across the board already. Look at the inventory. This is ridiculous. Loot, drop spot for a trio at this point, but right now it's uncontested. You see there's builds there and there's no one around. They have free rotation and see where the next circle ends up. Meanwhile, you're going to have teams smushed up against each other already on the movement in, fighting it out. We're looking all the way to the north side of the map, just past the block. A number of players probably dropping up there.
And this is a veteran team right here. The Vic, Robabs, and Falcony been around the scene for a long while here. They're just dictating the pace of this battle for this push right now. The shield bubble's not going to be effective. He actually has to push out of it, and it's a 3v1 situation right here. Down comes a Stinker. That's going to have to push him back, and it should be a nice, easy close-in. You see right there the
zoned
angles.
Inside. One box left. The quick edit, the swap. Lands the shot,
nice
trap from above, dodges it. Basically no damage taken.
It's a good attempt. Pretty good attempt right there. Did try to, catch the Vic off guard, but he was fast enough. Managed to kind of sneak on through.
By the way, on the right side of your screen, here's the results of Game 1. You see Mongrel, Mitro, Benji Fishy taking 5th place. Bubblefly, Miro, and Sully in the 1st place position up there, which means 15 points for that trio. There's the remainder of your top 10. Just a quick info blast there for you if you did not see Game 1 on any of the channels that might be streaming their gameplay right now.
And I love that. I love that we can see exactly where we're at with the leaderboard. Coming into Game 2 now. And remember, every single heat, they're going against one another. So we're going to see rivalry. The best, like that leaderboard is going to change with every single elimination, every battle. They're going against each other.
With the exception, of course, once Mongrel, Mitro, and Benji take that 1st place. But I'm just saying, they have been playing insane. That's not to say that anybody else can't potentially take that top spot. It's very possible. I mean, even Skyt, Hunter, and Keystar from Solary and Lestream, this is an excellent trio in itself. But man, just the downhill from MMB has been insane to watch.
Yeah,
Sundown, here on top of the hill now.
Sundown put it best. It's Europe playing catch up here with our favorite, I guess, team to look out for. But
absolutely,
we'll see how the performances go here as Hunter, Sky, and Keemstar are just going to base up, kind of sit just outside of the Tilted Town. You can take a look at that map there. Players are setting up. They're setting the perches. The high grounds are being claimed. And that is how you can start to choke out squads that are rotating late here. They are going to hopefully, get a little bit of that RNG, right? Get that zone to fall in their favor, because otherwise they have to burn some valuable resources early on.
I will say, over 10 seasons of Fortnite, this hill has been one of the most consistent high ground advantage spots to take. And even now, you're looking down on Tilted Town where there's no building. You have essentially free shots on players that do, for some reason, choose or are forced to rotate through there. This spot is insanely good. You have clear line of sight on so many different locations. Even the high hill to the north, which is high ground elevation-wise, you still have line of sight on a majority of what's up there. There's only a little nub at the top that can block it. Sky, Keysar, Hunter, they're in a great spot.
They have a nice line of sight over the field here. And storm surge can affect anyone here, so you have to be proactive. You can't just sit around and be complacent with your positioning. You have to be for damage if you don't want to get storm surge. But get another little engagement. Okay, let's go down. This house inside out. There's a team very close by.
For just south of the gas station. Plus, you do have one more player, the Gazebo, in the middle of Pleasant Park, going to rotate up on top, and I think get that height. Pressure plus. Trio. And so Amplify still up. This is the winners from game one, by the way.
Oh, they are.
25 points, a big lead going into game two.
This is what we like to call shambles loot right here, man. Mira with no heals, 3 HP in a dream. Amplify also equally hurt. They do have a couple of eliminations to their name here, but it's looking pretty dicey.
On your mini-map, they have to rotate past so many teams, and they're sharing loot right now just to try and give everybody a chance. I almost would say maybe Miro drop everything that he's got just in case, you know, any chance to boost up the other two, because at this point 3 HP is not the best situation to be in. Here we go, that's how we're pushing forward. The two not yet on his tail. You see, watching the mini-map just a second there.
You actually have to appreciate that, so he kind of leads the charge. He's the only one with shield on his team, so he says, you know what, I'm going to go out first. I'll do the building. I'll do the leading here, taking the pack to the next zone. And, I mean, it gets him a little bit closer to the safety spot. I think the play here is either catch a pick, get this siphon, or buy time, right? Hopefully a launch pad comes down. You guys get a little share time on it, and they can get that way to the zone.
That audio cue, you hear the shockwave, that actually is a very good signal for them being low HP. They don't want to make a move before somebody else. And Hunter gets almost beamed into the ground, but now they know that they're basically free to rotate. The team that was potentially going to be a problem. Big hit there. Gets the elimination on Hunter. Very valuable. Amplified does, in fact, go down. You see in the top left, Raxo takes him down from D-Mine. 23 trios remaining, 61 players total. The threshold on the middle right, they're 343 damage above. But Miro still sitting on only 3 HP. The mini's going to be a big pickup there. 53 total.
At least he gets him a little more health here, right? Puts him in the game, keeps him in the running just for a little longer. Now he has the option to pick up this blue pump, and he actually is going to opt into keeping the gold tack. That's actually a pleasant surprise there. Wouldn't have thought that, you know, the pros would take the slower pull-out time from the gold tack over the blue pump.
You get a 200 damage hit with the blue pump. It can mean the difference between making it into the circle and getting stopped by somebody. Maybe you get surprised inside your own box, somebody takes your wall. Situational awareness is big for the blue pump to be extremely effective, and your accuracy has to be on. But man, when the thing hits, it really hits.
You really got to appreciate this push right here, because they're still fighting for this game right here. There's a minigun over to the left. That hit right there is going to hurt a lot, though, because, again, the heals are so sketchy here. I think they have one more minigun for the game. Yeah, perfect time to come with the explodes right there. He's trying to break through the build. Someone's going to catch a slingshot from behind, though.
That back right corner, Miro down to 49 on the ground. That's so he's probably going to have to leave him out to dry there. Another team making moves on the side. The safe zone, the next safe zone at the bottom of the current safe zone, you see in the bottom right there, the mini map. 5 damage below the threshold. Sky somewhere right now looking for a tag. And he does actually find it, and an elimination is a big point right there. 20 trios remaining. You get close to placement points before too long.
Just looking at the feed, I saw Nitro still in the running here somewhere in the game. So that trio, top 5 trio, still in the running here. I think our number 1 team might have been completely wiped during that push right there, so they're out. They cannot accumulate any more points, but they pick up a lot of eliminations. So you best believe they're still in the top 10 as far as we know right now. But it's so early. It's still so early.
There's a lot of opportunity here. We still have a number of games left. Camo, Army, and Pepper at the top of this, looks like 4 or 6 block tower. Stinger to apply pressure. While the minigun's going, love the EU tactics. You don't see too much minigun other regions right now. This Tomo almost does go down. Imagine that many rounds from a trio, all shooting at your single build and you're by yourself. It basically GG at that point.
And this team here is also just heavy on the elims right now. An effective 7+ for the squad right here, and they have the prime position to catch the picks of anyone rotating from the backside. This is actually perfect too, right? The heavy congestion is below them. They don't have anyone up here in this layer with them. The closest person is this trio right here to their left, and it looks like it's time to get that focus fire on. Here comes the minigun.
The mark for attacking right there, stink to apply and make a move. You use those HP tags that pop up, the 5, to see where your opponents are rotating. Now they're in literally the very bottom of the same builds. You have a ton of people stacked up next to each other at this point now. But Camo, Pepper, and Army look like they still have the ultimate high ground, the best spot on the map right now. That being said, they're on the far west of the current safe zone, and they need to move to the southeast. Hopefully, somebody's got a launch pad or shockwaves in the inventory to make this location, because they're going to have to build across and tarp over everyone else underneath them. You do still see Benji, Fishy, Mongrel, and Mitro right there on your screen. They are still in this one. Looking down from almost the same angle. Here we go. Rotation with the launch pad. Well above the damage threshold for Storm Surge. Excellent spot. And 12 rockets in the RPG. They're going to build on pre-built structure over there. Let somebody else put up, might even be their own builds.
And this is exactly what you want to study from this star trio right here. Zone 6, they go for the high ground. So they're actually going to take the high ground. He's going to catch 2 on the knock right there, which means that team is really hurting now. That's going to be Voron who gets taken out there. Voron was also in the top 5, if I'm not mistaken. So that's a power takedown right here. It's going to allow this trio to just get one step closer, kind of breaking away, getting, Shio wager, the mayonnaise tub to the face. So we'll see if it comes to fruition before the day's up.
Mitro staying a little bit towards the back, keep throwing down those RPGs at players that are rotating, or the builds to see if we can get drops on people. Mitro pick it up. There's those 2 elims of the feed, so he did secure both of them. That puts the entire trio at 6 total right now, 17 points. And we're looking at placement now, top 15 trios remaining. Only 29 players, though, as the elimination feed is starting to look. These are the zones that really cut the player count down as people are moving, especially when you have one of, if not the best trio on ultimate high ground with an RPG. Are you kidding me?
But
They are in the best spot.
Remember, it still hurts to hold high ground from zone 6 so early. They're going to be forced to jump down soon if they can't, you know, kind of map conserve properly. They're getting broken down consistently now by the shockwaves. These are one of the cons that happen when you take that high ground, because you don't get the pleasures of looting the players you drop, right? Just like that. All that loot's gone. You can't use it.
And every time you hear a shockwave, you'll see this player snap and look up in the air to see if they can try and find who's on the fly. In case you have free shots as that elimination is secured. Mitro picking up a knock on Falconly in the feet. Another one for the Trojans. 7 remaining. I've got to say, if this is not a win for this team, I don't know what is.
It's going to be... Actually did not have any more AR left in the shotgun battle. This is a crucial one. That's going to be some of the resources that they need to back across, so lucky for them, they're going to be able to kind of reuse some of their resource here. We have a couple players left in the game here. Red Rush in the low ground, Shotgun and Cal as well. Here's Mitro just raining fire. That tac sub SMG so good for shredding through builds right here. And honestly, they can pierce through the turbos like right there. Using the shots. Good pressure right here from Mitro, putting down the fire, putting all the ammunition